Hey everyone, it is Megan here, the faithful fibromyalgia warrior, also known as Healing Foods Coach, and to some of you, just Megan or Mom. Um, so today's topic, well, I think it'll be quite a conversation starter, I hope. Um, so let's just jump into it. Today's topic is how we are, how can we be meat eaters, whether you are low carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore, and look after the environment. And in fact, it is absolutely possible. I know that one of the things that some people struggle with as far as deciding to eat an animal based diet and follow one, in spite of hearing about all of the potential benefits, is the worry that somehow it is not going to help the environment, but in fact, that can cause detrimental effects to the environment because that is the conversation that is put out there, sometimes by people with their own hidden agendas, trying to promote a plant only based diet, or by putting forth incorrect information as far as the actual CO2 impact that agriculture has on, for example, greenhouse gases. Now, I am not the scientific expert in this area at all. Uh, However, I would like to recommend to you guys, if you are wondering how is it possible that we are able to eat animal products, their meat, their skeletal muscle meat, and perhaps any products like eggs or dairy, again, if you tolerate it, how is that possible while still making sure that we are not causing a detrimental effect to the environment? Because let's be honest, um, it's something we need to be worried about. Climate change is a real thing, absolutely. And therefore, those of us, most of us, want to understand how to be good stewards of this earth. I think it's safe to say that as those of us who are Christians or even obviously other religious backgrounds, we tend to also want to be concerned with what's happening with the earth that we've been entrusted with and how to take care of it, how to manage it. And obviously, not simply just being able to recycle, reduce, and use and reuse our waste, but how do we take care of the land itself? How do we what should best farming practices be? What should agricultural practices be? Right. So again, I'm not a farmer or a trained scientific expert, but I would direct you guys to watch any content that has been put out by Dr. Peter Ballerstedt. He is an agronomist and he is fantastic to listen to. And he talks all about how we can, in fact, enrich our soil with regenerative farming practices, with ruminant animal grazing practices of cattle, obviously, sheep, um, and other types of animals, and why that is beneficial for the overall earth as well as for us as humans. Now, what I can share with you, which is what I've learned from him, but what I can share with you in sort of basic everyday man's language and layman's terms is ruminant animals in particular have been created with a multi chambered stomach. So, lamb, any ruminant animals, so deer, bison, beef, like cows. I think I said lamb. So sheep, obviously sheep, right? Um, what that means is they can consume the grasses and the grains um, that we would often use as feed for multiple animals, but they can actually take all of that fibrous material, and because of how their multiple stomach chambered stomachs are designed, they break that all down into usable proteins in their body. In other words, they can eat the grass, it gets broken down, gives them the fat and the skeletal muscle mass on their bodies, which we can then eat as humans. Okay. Now, we can still eat chicken and turkey and duck, or any kind of poultry or fowl, really, as well as pork. But keep in mind, these animals do not have multi chambered stomachs. And so, for that reason, they don't break down the grains and the fibrous materials, the grasses that they eat as well, which is why some of that ends up in their muscle tissue, and it can cause issues for those of us who then eat these particular animals simply because there are more histamines. They don't break down plant materials as effectively as the ruminant animals, right? There is a video that is currently out on my good friend DC Learning to Live's YouTube channel. I have included it on this channel. I've uploaded it for you guys to take a look at. And it is called, not that it's called, it is a really, really interesting podcast interview that he has done with Dr. Ballerstedt, talking about the need for a ruminant revolution. In other words, we don't need to get rid of cattle. We don't need to get rid of cows and bison and sheep as a food source. In fact, we probably, if we are raising them in a way where they're given space to graze naturally, if we're not treating them in a food lot kind of system, we probably need to have more of them, not less. And that, in fact, the output, the CO2 output of raising cattle or other ruminant animals for their muscle meat is actually beneficial and causes far less environmental impact than we might imagine. Okay, guys, so I really hope you'll give this video a view. Dr. Ballerstedt has such amazing and incredible information. If you have any questions or concerns, or that's one of your big worries about starting a carnivore, ketovore, keto, even low carb diet, this will probably really, really help you to get past those initial concerns, because in fact, we can absolutely get the benefits of an animal-based diet while not destroying our environment. But, you know, we can actually take care of this earth that we've been entrusted with while looking after our own health and nutritional needs. I hope this is helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your comments, your support, your love, and your prayers. And I wish you all the best. See you in the next video. Bye for now.